Hey, I'm Tom White, digital media instructor at Morgan County High School in Madison, Georgia, and contributor to streamsemester.com. And I gotta say, it's a sad day for me. This is the day that I depart with my ATEM Mini Extreme that the folks at BlackMagic Design let me use for a couple of weeks. I'm pretty upset. I teased in the unboxing whether or not I would ask for a PO to purchase one, and I've asked for a PO. Don't know if I'm gonna get it or not. It's late in the year. Maybe there'll be some funds, I don't know. But I definitely have asked for the money to buy this. Now, I've used it for a couple of games. I didn't get to use it near as much as I wanted to because of it. I'm in the South and it rains in the spring almost every day for some weeks, and unfortunately for us that was the case here. But I did get to use it for a soccer match and a baseball game in actual live time stuff. I always will play with them in the classroom and in the studio before I take a device out to use it. And I gotta say, super duper impressed. Yes, I said super duper impressed with what the ATEM Mini Extreme can do. It's simple, first off. It's HDMI in. There's 8 of them. I did 4 cameras for baseball. I did 3 for soccer, and it's simple. You plug them up and it works. It's got syncing, it's got cross converting to make sure that everything works the way you want it to and works easily. And that's something that goes unnoticed a lot of times, and that you're not having to make sure that you're at the same frame rate and same bit rate and all of that coming in and out of the camera. You just plug it up and the ATEM Mini Extreme takes care of it. The multi-view was awesome. Having 2 HDMIs was awesome because I stream with the NFHS network and I just like to have a consistent look. So we used their producer software. I just took an HDMI feed out to make it simple for my students in the field when they were setting everything up. It wasn't like I didn't have to teach them about one of the 2 USB-Cs out that we could have used for the same thing. So I had one USB out that was my multi-view. So much coolness can happen with that multi-view. You can customize it. We did a basic preview program, and then the 3 camera or 4 cameras we were using at the bottom, and it was nice, it was clean, and I'll have some pictures of those in the article on streamsemester.com. Other things I liked, picture-in-picture was easy. During the soccer match, the kids that I was working with wanted to feature a player, so they had our tight camera lock in on that player. Well, in soccer, the action never stops. So we just on the fly, we're like, let's hit this, boom, boom, and turned it on, and we had picture-in-picture. It looked great. If we had probably practiced, it would have looked better, but it looked great, and it was super easy to do. The other thing that I really liked was the audio controls. The fact that, at the baseball game, one of our cameras was next to a player's granddad, and we live in the country where I am, where I teach, and some of the cows got out. So he was making phone calls to figure out how to get the cows back into the pasture. And so I just turned the mic off as soon as I figured out that they could hear it on the broadcast. Things I love about it, obviously the 8 inputs, the easy ins and outs, with the 2 HDMI outs, the 2 USB outs. It's got a headphone out now, which was great. Before, you wouldn't know what was going to your stream until it got to your stream. Now you can stop it there. You can record to a USB hard drive. You can stream straight out of the box. I didn't get a real good chance to test that, but I did get it set up. It worked well. I just didn't get to test it the way that I normally would. The ability to change your video outs right here on the control panel was a good thing. Some things I didn't really get a chance to use, but I've used in the past, so I know it works really well. The keying options, there's a lot more on this one, obviously with the 8 inputs, but you also have your 2 downstream keys. Didn't get a lot of chance to use that, but overall, I'm pretty upset that I have to send it back. And I'm upset that I don't know if I'll get another one. Now, things that I wrestle with the device, I don't know that I'll ever need 8 inputs on the road. And this would be my on the road setup. This would be a part of when we go out and stream events outside of my studio. 8 inputs is a lot. That's a lot of management of cable and that kind of stuff. But having the ability to get to that point pretty easy. I mean, I didn't think I would need 4 inputs on the road, and now I'm like, well, I can use 4. We could use 4 easily. The only thing that I didn't use were the BlackMagic camera controls, but again, used them in the past. I know they work. I can't really think of a lot that I didn't like about it. It's bigger than the minis, the 4-channel minis. Obviously, it's twice the content or twice the hardware, but it's still small enough to fit in a bag. I put it in the same bag that my monitor was in, and it fit perfectly. Reasons you shouldn't buy this: if you don't want your kids to have the opportunity to mix big shows, if you don't want them using the same platforms, be it the ATEM control software, the look of the multi-view, the ability to change the multi-view, the downstream keys and all of that, of the bigger things. This has the same multi-view setup as the Constellation. It's got a lot of the same tools, the Fairlight audio, as all of the BlackMagic stuff. So at less than $1,000, you're giving kids $10,000 experience. If you don't want them to be able to really learn how to manipulate a broadcast and tell a story with multiple cameras, you shouldn't get this. If you don't want them to understand downstream keying and putting a graphic up or putting an animated bug up or any of those things, don't buy this. If you want them to have complex setups, don't buy this. If you want them to figure out, oh, well, everything's got to be at 1080, 60p or 60i, don't buy this. If you just don't want them to have a good experience, buy something else. I'll admit, my kids had no idea how to set this up, but I literally went, okay, that says in, right? They're like, yeah, that says in, or that says out. I said, okay, out. Those are your inputs. They're like, okay. They figured it out. So it's super easy. It's a great way for them to feel confident in doing bigger things. And my kids, when we were at the baseball game, they're like, Mr. White, could we do another camera over there that kind of got a different angle into the, I was like, yeah. Whereas before, they were totally fine with, okay, here's the one camera. All right, we'll follow the runner. Now they're like, hey, you follow the runner, I'll follow the ball. Let's see if we can get a shot for the dugout. Really excited for you if you do purchase this because of the things that it will do. It's super easy to set up, obviously a small footprint. And for the soccer match, I had a student no-show. So my person that was doing the graphics and running the clock for my broadcast was also doing this because they could literally just hit what camera and cut and be good to go. And they had the 2 monitors. They had the graphics monitor and they had the BlackMagic multi-view. So really, really excited for this to really hit the education market. I think it's a great tool. If you are just getting started with any kind of production, it doesn't have to be sports. This is a great way to get your feet wet, get you well beyond where you probably want to go with your broadcast to start, but it builds you a good foundation for the future. If you're starting a newscast and you just have 3 cameras and maybe graphics, that's half your board. As you progress, you can now add in more stuff. If you're doing sports, 3 cameras and graphics, that's half the board. You can look forward in the future to adding more stuff. Let's say later you're gonna do a play-by-play and a color person and you wanna put them on camera. You've got the inputs. Less than $1,000, super easy, super compact. It's been a great tool. I'm gonna send in the PO and hopefully we'll see what happens. I don't know if it'll get approved, but I'm gonna at least try because you never know what could be laying around. But in the meantime, I gotta ship this guy back to BlackMagic Design. It feels like I'm like watching the girl of my dreams walk away after I just told her, hey, you're the most perfect thing ever. And she's like, well, you can't keep me, I'm out. So, check it out, ATEM Mini Extreme. It is the latest from BlackMagic Design. You can get all the information on blackmagicdesign.com. Look for my review on streamsemester.com. I will write a big lengthy review and break down some more stuff, including the use of macros and those type things. So really, really excited about it for you. Hopefully you can pick one up. If not right now at the close of a school year, definitely put it on your list of things for the beginning of next year with your budget. Have a great day and go make some awesome. This makes me sad. I don't really want to put it back in the box because this just means it's over. Like, I got all my CDs back. You probably remember CDs, but so She's off to FedEx.